Hollywood. Let's go. See, I be on the streets. See, I be on the road. And niggas gon' respect my name. Let me in this game, that's all I know. That's why they call me Hollywood. That's why they call me Hollywood. That's why they call me Hollywood. No, better give me some room. Blow. They call me Hollywood Noon, baddest bitch in the room, shining without a light. These bitches don't wanna fight. I'm hooking them with the right, cooking them with the rice. They calling me Hollywood, I'm booking them like a flight. It's noon. Never had a reason to shade me. And if you was a barber, bitches still couldn't fade me. Niggas can't phase me, I move on quick. If you whack, I can't deal, fuck that coupon shit. Man, there's nothing. I lay him on some futon shit, and I be ballin' on these niggas on some Yukon shit. I got Brooklyn on my back from Bed-Stuy to Brownsville. If you cross through, your next move is downhill. Ain't no coming back, it was over before you spoke. I'm as cold as ice, I suggest you zip up your coat. I be on the block, I be getting all the respect. It's me, wanna book me, you better print up a check, fucker. See, I be on the road. And niggas gon' respect my name. Let me in this game, that's all I know. That's why they call me Hollywood. That's why they call me Hollywood. That's why they call me Hollywood Noon. Better give me some room before I blow. Get down to your knees and call me queen. Cause every time I pull on the scene, I always cause a scene. I'm always around my team. Brooklyn taking the crown. Call me, you need some fire, no need for looking around. I'm down. We straight from the block, we get it on. And we ain't got no time for that corny shit that you on. My name buzzing, first all the way to the last stop. Pumps like the gas stop, gorillas the mascot. In the hood you see fast cops and shit to one ass shot. Every hood the same with a whole bunch of have-nots. Not us, all of my dogs from a different breed. My mother is a boss, I was raised from a different seed. It's new, I'm the baddest bitch. My ass fat as shit. Take him in and don't get him back. I'm on some savage shit. Posted like I play for the Mavericks. I'm talented, go ahead and my back. I bet I balance it. New. See, I be on the road. And niggas gon' respect my name. Let me in this game, that's all I know. That's why they call me Hollywood. That's why they call me Hollywood. That's why they call me Hollywood. No, better give me some room before I blow.
You're looking for a show, follow Next Sound Studio. No other place to be. Going live every week on a different frequency. They'll be artists of the highest quality. Leaving their heart on the stage. You be so happy you came. I bet it'd be hard to find the vibe you get every time. You are cordially invited to the hottest digital party. If you came to party, if you came to get down tonight, get down tonight, live tonight, live from the Next Sound Studio.
Party and celebrate life. Tune in the Next Sound Studio tonight. It's live at 8 with the hottest in the state. So tell a friend you wanna take them out of space.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Hollywood Noon, your host for tonight, and I'm so glad to be back here live at Next Sound Studio. I hope you enjoyed my last opening performance of That's Why. Like Seda, I'm here to pass the torch to another group of artists. Tonight's episode features 3 very talented young men. And you know I'm the queen of the night, and I know you're going to enjoy. So let's welcome the first of these artists to the stage. Spitta is an artist, songwriter, MC that is becoming one of hip-hop's favorite with his combination of unique storytelling, energy, and raw lyricism. After spending the early stages of his career as a member of hip-hop's trio TNT, he is coming to us fresh out of the studio, where he is working on his debut solo project, Rose Up. While his vibrant smile, fashion, and style reel you in, his music will keep you there. Let's take it straight to his performance of License to Kill, then to our director, and find out a little bit more about Spitta.
I've been hurt so much how you heal. Hard to go mind to steal. Licensing is to kill. All these voids I done feel. Numb so I never feel. Layers you gotta peel. Patience is such a skill. Fuck she gon' get revealed. I pray you see the light that's in the tunnel. Make sure all my niggas we don't bump heads when we huddle. All my real ones know that they can call me if there's trouble. 2020 vision, everything I see is double. I kick game like a sensei. For leg room in a Bentley. Man, niggas don't impress, make a preach. If it don't come directly, then you ain't come correctly. In a new decade, play the game or get played. Match up as an upgrade, put a Rick and then pray. Always had the pockets never empty. Niggas want the old slap, please don't tempt me. I've been searching, real and nigga won't find her. Getting cheese, that's an enchilada. Or chicken, that's an empanada. Protect my peace, don't do the drama. You want property or Balenciaga. The game backwards, spending $9. They had us brain on us when we was some Tylers. I stayed down, that's 10 toes. Been played, I've been broke. You stay sleep, I've been woke. Jealousy comes in jokes. You got jokes, I got smoke. That smoke cleared, I got hope. They send shots, we'll send more. My tabs open and pay for. I've been hurt so much how you heal. Hard to go mind to steal. Licensing is to kill. All these voids I done feel. Numb so I never feel. Layers you gotta peel. Patience is such a skill. Fuck she gon' get revealed. I pray and hope you get the piece you're looking for. Know when you gotta fall back. Lose the battle but win the war. Learn when to pop out, fuck shit up, man. Kill a game when you hold the ball. Know when it's off season, the lights ain't on, but you should grind some more. I'ma spit it with passion. Now my niggas are slacking. Men to assassin, seatbelt fasten. On fire can't match it. My reign is everlasting. Another 2-4. Every day mood is do or die. I knew money wasn't everything. Or man is committed suicide. And we all got the same time. What's the difference with you and I? We ain't cut from the same cloth, but I know the same rules apply. The seeds I planted are gonna grow within the land of dirt. All I gotta do is sit back and just watch karma work. I'm burning weed, sage, and I'm bridges. Traffic on the road to riches. Judging me of my decisions. Hardly knowing my intentions. Oh, I came up under tension. Switch the gears on my direction. Knowing my reflection is a loaded weapon. I've been hurt so much how you heal. Hard to go mind to steal. Licensing is to kill. All these voids I done feel. Numb so I never feel. Layers you gotta peel. Patience is such a skill. Fuck shit gon' get revealed. Yeah.
Here we are again. I'm Will B. Walker, sitting with Spitta, the man of the hour today. He's going to tell us a little bit about his upcoming project, the music that he chose to perform live at Next Sound Studio, and a little bit about his past. So I want to jump into it and ask you the first question. Sure. Why music? What is music to you? Why music?
Music is started as a form of just self-expression, just for myself, you know. Back in high school, my buddies, we used to just do poetry. And just from there, it was just my creative outlet. I grew up only child, so my outlet wasn't really speaking to others. It was just more writing. And from there, what just became emotions, what was emotions, transitioned into not just an emotional outlet, but a fun outlet too. And then I transitioned over to songwriting, and then from there, it just completely evolved.
Perfect. I know we're catching you fresh off of your first solo project.
Yeah.
I do want to talk a little bit about the group that you were in before and traveling and some of the experiences that you had in order to become who you are. So tell us a little bit about TNT and that group and how you formed and some of your collaborations and that sort of thing.
Sure thing. So TNT formed in high school. We all went to high school together. You know, I mean, that started in 2006. All right, so we've been boys for a while. So we were friends prior to music, so it just really had that natural chemistry. It started off as 5, maybe 6, and then we solidified with 3. And from there, we like just had the best chemistry together as the three. You know what I mean? We took that, we ran with it. My bro Scully, my bro Supreme, and you got me Sly. You know, and once this whole COVID hit and all this other thing, like we just kind of that was the first time we really just spent time apart. And at that point, I was just like, yo, like this is the first time I want to make music as a solo player, not because I don't want to be around other people, but I just want to just have my own insight right now, and I wanted to fully release myself as just like I wanted to give myself shoot that shot and like really just test myself as an artist. So me as a solo artist, it was really challenging my creativity and just fully expanding out. Like, oh, okay, like a lot of times I would find myself just having to dig deeper. You know what I mean? Because maybe I only wrote a verse oftentimes or a hook just for the song. It wasn't necessarily full songs. So it really tested my artistry. So just a little combination of just insight that's on my mind. But those are just kind of the differences I'm just giving you between working as a team player and as a solo artist. It really just challenged my mental. And that's what I wanted to do without having to worry about anything else. You know, with the guys, we really put in a lot of reps together. We always received great feedback on our music. It's just that at this point, I feel like it's just time to explore the options and grow as an artist, you know?
And they still had help with you on your solo project, right? So it's like still have a working relationship.
Yeah.
It's
Scully produced at least 6 songs on the project. Okay. So he's still musically inclined there. Preem has insight on the project, just sonically, you know, hearing me create it. You know, they're around, you know what I mean? It's just in a different form now. So I feel like me taking the initiative to just push myself to the next level, and them seeing that, they almost just wanted to contribute as well. So I feel like it's just all a driving force, but me actually just taking the lead on it.
So I know you have music and you're very focused on it, but you travel a lot.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your traveling experiences?
First flight to Iceland. After that, it was just like, this is a whole new world. I'm not looking back. So that was maybe at least 4 or 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And from there, every time we've traveled, we did like a couple countries at a time, but turned it into both music and new experiences. You know what I mean? So it's kind of something I did on my own. It's like, all right, I love traveling, but I'm not going to go out here just for play. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to make it fun, like I want to bring that side as well. So that turned into me just filming music every time I traveled and just meeting people and just transitioning into just traveling more musically. All right. I think I really found my touch in London. Yeah, they really received me well, and I feel like that's where I was like, man, seeing how much people receive you, just knowing that you're completely from the other side of the world. It's just like they embrace the unknown so well, and then here we don't embrace the familiarity here, and it's just like the perception of it is just mind blowing, you know. So I had a lot of cool experiences performing there and like filming content.
Talk about your upcoming project and some of the songs that you chose to perform.
So Rose Up is me stepping to the occasion, like rising to the occasion and stepping to it and like falling through with it. With Rose Up, it's me stepping out as a solo artist from TNT, you know, showcasing my individuality as an artist, shooting my shot into the rap league, because I feel like I've always made music, but I really love this shit, you know what I mean? And this is really me putting my first body of work out, like here I am, you know? So rising and just staying and growing, you know, that's what it really means.
Yes. We hope you enjoyed that performance of License to Kill from Sly Spitta. We will hear more from him later. Up next, we have Demetrius Lane, an R&B singer and songwriter born and raised in the Bronx. He began developing and honing his craft during his high school years, as he found his purpose through his music by shedding light on overlooked experience. Let's take it to Will and find out more about Demetrius and his platform.
Hello, welcome back. It's me again, Will B. Walker, your director. I'm here with Demetrius Lane.
How's it going?
Going to get a little in-depth, a little personal with him today, find out a little bit about him, a little bit about the music that he chose to perform on his set with us. So we're going to jump right into it. We want to know, who is Demetrius and why music?
I'm a singer, a songwriter, I'm a gamer, I'm a lover, I'm a brother, I'm a friend. I'm a whole lot of things, but I think what encompasses why I do music is a form of self-expression, you know? Music for me was always something that I enjoyed doing because it helped me kind of invent myself in different ways and say the things that I needed to say that maybe I was too shy to say out loud. Or
So being that you were talking about those conversations, I know that you are a singer/songwriter. With that being said, what do you consider to come first? The singer or the songwriter?
Songwriting.
Songwriter, definitely?
Yeah, I was writing music before I really started to like sing for myself. I started writing poetry in maybe the 4th grade. I was probably about like 8 or 9 years old. I didn't really learn, well, I taught myself how to sing actually. So for me, singing is more like the talent. Singing is more like the skill. I picked it up in high school and I was probably like 14 by then, but I'd been writing poetry since I was a lot younger. And writing that sort of stuff came sort of naturally to me.
Well, speaking of that storytelling, I know your first EP, you did a lot of storytelling with that one. What made you decide that you wanted to become a performer from being a writer?
The process of going through creating my EP, Unspoken, was a very interesting one. I always wanted to put out a project of my own, but I was always waiting for something, waiting to work with someone or waiting to be here or be a part of this or that. And I never really released music on my own. And I decided that like this had to be it. This had to be something that I needed to do for myself to prove to myself that like I was able to follow through with an idea and commit to a plan and execute it from start to finish. I wrote and recorded the music while I was actually homeless. I was living in a homeless shelter for almost a year and some change. And a lot of the recording process happened during those times. So for me, in addition to it being sort of a project that I've always wanted to finish, it was a catharsis for me because that's all I had at the time. You know, it helped me get through a lot of hard times and crazy times, reflecting on the stories that I wanted to tell in that EP.
The last song on that EP is Jordan, which you performed here live at Next Sound Studio. And just give us a little bit of background behind that story. I know it's about, again, another bad breakup.
Yeah.
But this time it's from your perspective
from
and the way that you saw things. So just talk to us a little bit about the writing process and what it actually means to perform that song now, since it is so heartfelt and it means a lot to you.
Well, the song came to me on the bus on the way home from work. I tried to call Jordan once, and of course there was no answer. And so in my head I said, Jordan, where are you now? Like, I was wondering how he was doing. And I guess from there, kind of, I started to think about where we started and where we were at that point in our circumstances and our friendship or the lack thereof. But yeah, that process was really interesting. I'm really proud of it. Although it's sort of a sad breakup song, I guess it's more reflective about how my responsibility to other people and my actions affect other people emotionally, and in turn they affect me emotionally. Like if I treat someone badly, you know, they'll feel bad about it, and in turn they'll treat me badly, and I'll feel bad about it. So it's kind of like a cycle of just
Karma.
Yeah, it is karma.
It's karma.
It's a karmic thing.
Karma.
Yeah.
We're going to take it to the studio where he's performing Jordan live from Next Sound Studio. We'll be back.
One day changed my life forever, oh so long ago. I thought we could be together. The first kiss we shared was everything, and I wanted more. And the love we made was better. How come every other lover after you can't compare? Can I even call them lovers? I can say I was in love with you, now that much is clear. I can't say that about the others. Oh, Jordan, where are you now? Can you Love me somehow. We could have been a masterpiece. That's what you said to me. Oh, Jordan, I need you. I need you. And what would I do now with all these emotions? Who can I run to, yeah, when I go through these motions, yeah. If all I had was you, but we're through. Yes, I'm the villain, yeah, you're the victim. Two broken hearts, so many scars, no one to fix it, no. My apologies don't even seem to matter. Just two broken men who tried to, oh, Jordan, where are you now? Can you forgive me? Love me somehow. It could have been a masterpiece. That you said to me, yeah. Oh, Jordan, yeah. I need you. I need you. I need you now. I need you now. I need you now.
Yes, you better sing, boy. We got more to hear from Demetrius later. But first, let's introduce our final performer of the evening, Ashton Martin. Uses relatable lyrics and passionate vocal to serve as his soundscape to his vocals. He comes to us following his two previously released EPs and current feature on Denzel's White, Killa Dem. With critics giving rave reviews on his new single, Suspended, we were eager to see what he brought to the stage here, live at Next Sound Studio. Here he is with our director. Now let's check him out.
Hey, here we are. Will B. Walker again sitting with Ashton Martin. So let's jump right into it. I want to ask you, why music? What music is to you?
What a question. From as early as I can remember, music was always played in my house, and it was always various different sounds, different eras. I was raised with my grandmother, so a lot of Motown, a lot of Elton John. I'm also Barbadian, so a lot of calypso. But my aunt introduced me to like current music. So then you had Jay-Z, you had a lot of 80s stuff, Madonna, Janet Jackson. So just a plethora of like sounds growing up. And I think that's what opened the door.
So that's good. So in addition to being a singer, you're also a writer. So I want to ask you about singing versus writing. Which is there one that you prefer over the other? Is it one that you connect with more? Which comes first to you, singing or songwriting?
It will have to be singing. That definitely comes first. It was one of the first talents that I discovered. But writing means a great deal to me. I started writing at 12 and just recording songs on my little karaoke machine. And I just knew from then I wanted to do music.
If you didn't have music, then what?
One of the first things that I wanted to do was comedy. I wanted to be a comedian. I love Eddie Murphy. I love Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith. They just kind of I just liked their personalities and how, physically funny they were. And I think I'm the same level of expressive. So comedy was definitely something that I wanted to do as a kid. Also graphic design. I really like words and typography and the different fonts and what I guess the feel that comes from what those words spelled out look like and the certain designs and logos. So that's cool.
So let's talk a little bit about your music, your first project,
Yes.
Art, Love, Passion. Let's talk a little bit about that and some of the songs on it, and then more specifically the songs that you performed live at Next Sound Studio, which are Lights Out and I Think You Just Killed Me.
Mm-hmm. So, that Our Love, Passion is my baby. It was such a I was in a place at that time. I just lost my job and, you know, like dealing with breakup. So like there was just a lot of emotion swirling. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to capture all of that on the album while also like just showcasing the music that I love.
So Lights Out, when you perform so passionately, can you tell us a little bit about what Lights Out means?
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, when it's that time, magic hour, you know, turn the lights out and like just letting inhibitions run, you know?
Well, you hear him talking about letting those inhibitions run. Check out his lyrics. Here he is performing Lights Out.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
God bless for you, God bless for you, so just take the night off. Big plans for you, you're gonna love it too. We bout to go off into the deep end. Nightcaps and quick sips, loose slips and nip slips. Limitations no longer exist. Come and go with me on a little trip into the night, full speed ahead. Enjoy the ride, lights out to the dark side. Your fantasies will all come alive, lights out. Just let me show you how I can explore you. God plans for you, God plans for you, so start taking that off. Big plans for you, and I promise you, you gon' love it more. Cause what we about to do is just hit next level, take it up a notch. Quick to bed and make the place rock. Fuck the knocks, ignore all the clock. No slowing down and no place to stop. Lights out, yeah. Lights out. Lights out, yeah. Ooh. Hey, all systems go while I run the show. Ecstasy awaits, buried as a canvas when we create a soul, colors. Hey, tell me when you're ready to go. Turn the lights out. Oh no, oh, yeah, lights out. Oh, yeah. Let me show you, baby, yeah. Hey, lights out into the night, full speed ahead. Enjoy the ride, lights out to the dark side. Your fantasies will all come alive, lights out. Just let me show you how I can explore you with the lights out.
Yes, I love his raspy tone, and I can't wait to hear more from him later. But first, here is Sly Spitta telling us about performing and the lyrics to his track, Halftime.
On in the show, you performed Halftime.
Yes.
Which I'm assuming we were talking about this player in the game. So this is this player, I guess, at its halftime point, taking a break. So tell us a little bit about Halftime and why you chose to perform that song as well.
So we all have our halftime point, you know what I mean? I feel like where you just have to take a step back, reevaluate what you've learned, and then reapply, you know? So halftime was me taking a break, but not beating myself up about it, you know what I mean? Because regardless of it, in order to apply pressure, you need to rest to apply that pressure, you know? So, but in that same form, it's just like, don't trip. Don't trip off the time that you're taking. When we rest, we oftentimes beat ourselves up about resting. So that's pretty much me just enjoying my downtime, you know what I mean? But still letting y'all niggas know that we got 2 more quarters to play.
There we go. Well, you heard it. You heard it. 2 more quarters to play. You're going to hear him live performing Halftime live next Sound Studio. Here he is. Check him out.
I'll be back, I don't trip off the score. Trail, but I've been here before. Halftime for the ball. I'm too good to ignore. For that win, we go to war. Fuck you talking about? Hit and go, shooting threes. for my enemies. Halftime, so I let them breathe. I'm going straight to the lead. Apply pressure, we ball harder. Feel like warriors in the third quarter. Could do this on my own, but with my niggas we go farther. Globetrotter, so proper, whole lot of gang shit. Brooklyn, where I came from. Run up in the paint and get an and one. Shooting all these shots, I gotta land one. Fighting demons never became. I play the game, roll the dice. Young nigga getting paid, earning stripes. Halftime run plays to a course to life. Silly niggas never paid and overhyped. All that drip, put your flame out. Put on they neck since I came out. Raincoat for the rain now. Anything for the damn clout. Misunderstood niggas faring down. I'm down, but I'm never out. I don't trip off the score. Trail, but I've been here before. Halftime for the ball. Halftime. Too good to ignore. For that win, we go to war. Fuck you talking about? Here it goes, shooting three. Yeah, pussy money, we triple double with the A. For my enemies. Halftime, so I let them breathe. Going straight to the list. I ball at my own pace. Impressing niggas never had that trait. Mine had to elevate. Small wins still celebrate. The crumbs still lead to the cake. Now I make something with this pain. Don't let it destroy you. Clap for yourself. They won't always applaud you. Situations that I've been probably will fold you. You chasing these dreams, or rather them haunt you. Niggas talk. That's only from the bleachers. Playing fields always came with bottom feeders. Number one fans, now they non-believers. Still making dope by the ounce of the leader. She know I love her. Irony, I don't need her. It's a cold game, high hip but no fever. We at war, no faith in our leader. Revenge tastes good, but success tastes sweeter. I move in silence, they want me challenged. My game is timeless, this is honest. I was in violence, how do you manage? My soul lives on even through the physical. With the cover and a centerfold, niggas know I don't trip off the score. Trail, but I've been here before. Halftime for the ball. Halftime. I'm too good to ignore. For that win, we go to war. Fuck you talking about? Hit and go, shooting threes. Yeah, pussy money way, triple double with the A's. Shots for my enemies. Halftime, I let them breathe. Going straight to the lane. Going straight to the lane. Run up in the paint and get an air one. Fighting demons never became one. Brooklyn be the city that I came from. All these niggas capping down here. Yeah. Look. Time for you niggas.
Earlier, we heard Demetrius Lane talk about heartache and a bad breakup. But here he is to shed some positivity as he tells us about why bringing normalcy, acceptance, and transparency forward is important to his platform.
Transparency is a very, very important word. For this EP in particular, I think that people like me, you know, black, gay, young men, we a lot of times are raised on stifling our emotions. You know, if something was wrong, we wouldn't really talk about it really openly. You know, we would be like, oh, I'm all right, I'm cool, and not really express our feelings until it was kind of like something that we kind of held on to and then festered and then it blew up. You know, we have a lot of tendencies to kind of like hold on to things until it's too late. Transparency was really important for this EP because I've lost a lot of relationships and I've damaged a lot of my friendships with other people by not really being open about how I feel or what I want or, you know, giving myself the opportunity to be truthful and honest in the moment. And I guess this EP is kind of like a cautionary tale. Like, you know, if you leave things unspoken, you know, oftentimes it hurts yourself and it hurts other people. And I want to advocate changing the narrative for black young men like myself, you know, being allowed to have feelings and express them in a healthy way and not being shamed for it, especially when it comes to feelings of failure or love. You know, we're not really allowed to talk about the things that we messed up on. We're not really like encouraged to talk about how we feel about other people unless it's sort of something negative, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We're not really allowed to be emotional or affectionate. And so I wanted to kind of flip the script and give people who look like me, who think like me, who identify like me, an opportunity to normalize their stories and to let them know that like these are like experiences that we all go through, and it's okay to talk about them. You know, so that's what that stands for.
We're all human.
Exactly.
And I don't think it's just like a gay man thing. It's just a man thing in general.
Exactly.
So it could be relatable. Let's talk a little bit about his new EP, Contact, where he came and performed one of his songs, Big Spoon Papa. Lay it down proper. Talk to us a little bit about that, your new EP, your new project, and the thought process behind that, and some of the songs on it.
Contact is an upcoming EP that I'm working on right now. The basis of it is, so in the original EP, Unspoken, we talked about being truthful and honest and open about how you feel. Contact is more about expressing yourself romantically, physically, emotionally, intimately with somebody without reservation. Big Spoon Papa in particular, we get a chance to talk about, you know, just staying home and cuddling at night. And I think the story originated from someone giving me that nickname after we just kind of like cuddled and hung out. I'm usually the big spoon and kind of like the cuddling situation where I'm holding someone else. And I think that that's important to tell because a lot of people don't usually relinquish their control in a situation. And they don't really feel vulnerable enough to be held and to be not in a dominating position in cuddling. I think that that's so weird. I always feel like, at least in a lot of experiences that I've had, it's always a power struggle. Who can dominate who and who can take control more? But this is really about one being open to, you know, being the holder and one being open to being
to
vulnerable.
Spooning.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So those sorts of like dynamics and symbiotic relationships are important to talk about because they do exist. You know, you don't lose your masculinity, and your masculinity is not compromised and negotiated when you decide to allow someone to embrace you. And I think that in this EP, I kind of wanted to talk about what it means to be black and gay and what it means to be intimate and physical without giving up your masculinity, without being afraid of being judged for being safe emotionally and you know, exploring your sexuality without reservation, without being judged by or over-sexualized by anyone else. You know, these are just moments and these are just things that we do, and who we are is enhanced by those experiences, you know?
And here he is performing Big Spoon Papa right here live, Next Sound Studio. Subscribe.
Can we stay home tonight? Can we cuddle? Can we be together? We can pillow talk between these sheets forever. It's been too long, I wanna see ya. To smell your cologne, I wanna breathe ya. I wanna whisper in yours, run my fingers through yours. Every touch sends a shiver. I wanna whisper in yours, run my fingers through yours. Every touch sends a shiver. I'll be a big spoon, Papa, lay it down, Papa, pay me in kisses. I'll be a big spoon, Papa, lay it down, Papa, pay me in kisses. Yeah, give me those chocolate kisses. Candy coated, oh, caramel kisses. Candy coated, I'll be a big spoon, Papa, lay it down, Papa, pay me in kisses, yeah. I feel your heartbeat when you breathe, you feel me breathe deeper. Every move you're making, baby, I can't keep up. I won't let you go. I can be your keeper, yeah. Yeah, I wanna whisper in yours. Run my fingers through your send a chill down your spine. And I'll be a big spoon popper, lay you down proper, pay me in kisses. I'll be pay me in kisses, yeah. Give me those chocolate kisses. Ooh, caramel kisses. I'll be your big spoon popper, lay you down proper, pay me in kisses, yeah. Come on. And I'ma lay you down, 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 I'll lay you down, I'ma lay you down, I'ma lay you down.
Job Demetrius Lane. Next up, we have Ashton Martin telling us of how he never lets his nerves get the best of him. Let's take it to Will to hear a little bit more about how he turns his nerves into motivation.
I want to ask you a little bit about any weird habits or any like rituals that you have that are like that are just you and people know don't mess with him before the show, like don't call him, or like what is it that you have?
Oh man, I mean like pre-show vibes. I feel a mix of emotions. Like sometimes I'm really chill, but I'm usually really anxious. If there's anything, I get really like I'm just ready to perform, and I'm wondering if it's gonna be okay. So it's just like, like let's go. But no real rituals.
Okay.
Just feelings.
Which is anxious.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you about that. So you get anxious. How do you tend to push through that when you are performing? Do you kind of go to another place, or you kind of use that as motivation to propel you? How do you utilize that?
Yeah, I totally use it as some sort of fuel. I just kind of like push it in high.
And how do you not make your voice crack? Because you're pretty much pitch perfect. You're pretty much pitch perfect. I heard you sing live. So you're pretty good. Pretty good.
Just not getting too excited, and I think that's part of the anxiousness too. Like I get. Sometimes you're excited. You want to perform this music. You want to share the message. You want to get the energy from the crowd. But you got to contain that, and I'm big into actually delivering the song and singing the song, because that's what helps in my mind push the message.
So I have to let you know, I kind of dubbed you the boy who called wolf, or the man who called wolf, because when you performed, you said you didn't know about heartbreak until after you wrote "I Think You Just Killed Me." So I want to talk to you a little bit about that experience, and how were you able to write something and then ultimately experience it, and did you use that song to help you get through that heartache?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, this song, when I first heard the song, it just inspired a certain feeling. It made me feel like this dramatic breakup, or like, like you just feeling this hurt after, a relationship. And I just wrote that. And it ended up happening to me. At that point, I had never experienced heartbreak of that magnitude. So it was, art, life imitating art.
Basically?
Basically.
So like, I wanted to ask you about like songwriting, and like, how do you write when you can't relate?
Yeah, I think one of the most important things about music is relatability, and how you connect to the message, the artist. So, I feel like whenever I hear music, it invokes a certain feeling. If I hear a beat or a chord or, a bass line, I just let whatever feeling it invokes, I kind of start there. And I just write from that perspective, or like the story that I see in my head.
Well, here's this story talking about some awful heartache and tragic love story. Here he is performing I Think You Just Killed Me right here live, Next Sound Studio, Ashton Martin.
I wrote this song when I was 19, before I actually experienced any heartbreak. And then it happened, so it's like, wow, that's what it feels like? Crazy. This is I Think You Just Killed Me. Oh, no. I can't believe what you did to me, with no remorse and no apologies. Said that you can't talk, but I can't breathe. Had love for you, my everything. I wonder if you even thought about me. You were in his house in the sheets. Gotta be strong, move to the beat. But the pain is killing me, oh.
I think I'm running out of time.
All the love I had is pouring out for you.
It's like I'm gonna flatline.
I think you just killed me. Baby, did you ever love me? How could you ever if you did this to me? Feels like a bullet went through me. The wound is burning from what you did to me. I wish that you could know the pain so you could feel the same. I think you just killed me. I think you just killed me.
Didn't mean to do this to you.
Oh baby, please, if you really did it, you wouldn't have did it. So just quit it, matter of fact, kill it. And all those sad songs, all that sad talk don't mean shit to me. Take a sad walk. You took all the love I had inside of me, and the pain you caused is gonna be the death of me. Yeah.
I'm running out of time.
All the love I had is pouring out for you. Oh yeah. Think you just killed me, baby, no. How could you do it to me? To me? Baby, how could you? Yeah. So you can feel the same. Oh, think you just killed me. Oh. One night of lust was worth everything we had. Then we can't come back, no. Think you just killed me. I think you just killed me. I think you just killed me. You killed me, yeah. I wish that you could know the pain. I think you just killed me. Oh, I wish that you could know the pain that I feel right here in my heart. Yeah, think you should know you just killed me. You killed me.
We hope you enjoyed all the performances so far tonight and have already subscribed to our page. If not, hit that red button that says subscribe. And make sure you follow me, Hollywood Noon, on all platforms. Go ahead and hit subscribe on my YouTube page and also follow me on Instagram and check out my website at hollywoodnoon.com. On 12/24/2020, download my new single, For You by Hollywood Noon, on all platforms, everywhere. If you lost somebody close to you, you'll definitely be able to relate. Make sure you have a nice holiday. Happy holidays out there. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. We have one more performance to close out tonight's show. But first, let's hear Sly Spitta tell us a little about his personal platform and why it's important to him. It was a pleasure hosting tonight's show. As always, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on our next episode. Peace.
So something about your music that I noticed is that you aren't afraid to speak out on your political views, on how you feel on certain things. So I just want to talk a minute about why you feel that it's important to use your voice politically and to try to speak power that way.
Proud to be an artist. Many question my choice, but I represent those that never had a real voice. I take my voice very seriously because I know there's a lot of people that possibly were in my shoes and want to speak up against something, but just possibly didn't have the courage, you know, and let people know that there's a power of choice, you know. So I want to encourage others to speak up on whatever it is they want, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be politics, but just be more present and speak up, you know. It could lead into that. It could lead into more insight, but I want to be that voice for others who are like, damn, I really felt that, you know what I mean?
So I say that to mention AM to PM, because that is a very knowledge is power type song. So tell us a little bit about AM to PM and how that relates to you and your stance on certain issues.
Sure. So AM to PM represents everyday grind, you know, but dancing through it, man, like having fun with it, you know. So on that song, I pretty much wanted to eliminate emotions, you know what I mean? Always know when you get up, you got to get to it, you know, and grind for yourself and grind for other people to come, you know, because ultimately we've always been in a situation where we just do for self, do for self, do for self. But like, if we really want any type of change, you always have to think of people after you, you know what I mean? Like, anyone that comes after us should have it a little better, you know, and if we could be a part of that process, then why not, you know? So I'm super active and passionate about building something for other people to have access to, even when I'm not here, you know? So I do think it's important to set that, because ultimately no one could do it. We didn't have that, you know, or if you did have it, it was very rare that you did, you know? So whatever I can give back off the knowledge that I've taken in, I would love to.
Well, we definitely applaud you for trying to spread a good word, spread a good message.
Yes.
Here he is performing AM to PM live Next Sound Studio.
Spooky season. AM to PM, I gotta ride with my team. The money stacked to the ceiling, so you stay out of your feelings. So let me count it. 100 like I keep it, fakes get exposed. Opinion shit, I got a lot of those. AM to PM, I gotta ride. And through the city, the team, I gotta slide. Oh, you about it? 100 like I keep it, fakes get exposed. Opinions never bullshit with news. AM to the PM, that's a day shift. Nothing ever short of amazing. When you this good, there's no replacing. Rappers sound the same, it's like y'all tracing. Loaded up on plenty dollars. Players don't want any problems, rather oozing plenty commas. Healing wounds from years of trauma. What's a gun to a Bible? What's the crown to a title? All I know is survival. With my skin, it's a cycle. Shit, I've been my own idol, nigga. AM to PM, I gotta ride. And through the city, the team, I gotta slide. Are you about it? 100 like I keep it, face get exposed. Opinion shit, yeah, I got a lot of those. AM to PM, I gotta ride with my team. Money stacked to the ceiling, you stay out of your feelings. Are you about it? 100 like I keep it, face get exposed. Opinions never bullshit with those. Every 24, you know I'm clocked in. Play the field that you watching. First it down that they mocking. Locked doors get knocked in. Worldwide still marching. Mine can't be boxed in. Failure's not an option. Bills to last, I brew with confidence. 7 C's, I'm hitting continents. Food for thought to feed your consciousness. Broken hearts and broken promises. Never did break me, but it did make me. Where you been lately? Yet on a daily. Too many shaky. Fuck you, pay me. Can't use prayers to replace that you lazy. Get what you give. Invest in yourself. The goal is not rich. Generational wealth. Black owned businesses. Black card dividends. Leaving future fam with inheritance. Evidence that AM to PM, I gotta ride. Through the city, the team, I gotta slide. Oh, you about it? 100 like I keep it, face get exposed. Opinion shit, yeah, I got a lot of those. AM to PM, gotta ride with my team. Money stacked to the ceiling, you stay out of your feelings. Oh, you about it? 100 like I keep it, face get exposed. Opinion shit, yeah, I got a lot of those. Yeah.
Hey guys, Jason here, the producer of Live from Next Sound Studio. Thanks so much for checking out our YouTube channel. There's so much more to see, so click on this red button, the one that says subscribe, and you won't miss another episode of Live from Next Sound Studio. Enjoy.
If you came to party, if you came to party, if you came to get down tonight, get down tonight, going live tonight. Live from the Next Sound Studio. Tryna party and celebrate life. Tune in the Next Sound Studio tonight. It's live at 8 with the hottest in the state. So tell a friend you wanna take them out of space so they can unplug to a new level. With different artists who take it to a new level. And you never know what you're gonna get. And you never know what you're gonna get.